Shalom, family. Hold on, let me make some adjustments to this camera. Oh my goodness, it decided it wanted to move. Okay, people. Shalom, my people. I'd like to thank you for tuning in for another segment of Healthcare Talk Live here on the Black and Healthy Restoring Black America channel here on YouTube, and also broadcasting live on the Country Living in the City page on Facebook. I am your host, Uwanda Smith, RN Case Manager and Patient Advocate. Today, I'm changing gears again, just to talk to you about a growing trend that, well, it's not a new trend, but it dates back all the way to ancient Greece, and it's lost popularity. It's come back into the scene again through the health and nutrition industry, and basically it's basically saying that most people health is tied to the gastrointestinal system, and that cleansing out toxins from the body will improve overall health and nutrition. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about colon cleansing. There's different methods of it that exist, and I will show a video with Dr. Eric Berg, where he actually has done a colon cleanse before, and he wants to tell you a little bit about the types. Just want to give you a short snippet. Let me share my screen.
So I want to give you my opinion on colon cleansing. There's several different types. You have colon hydrotherapy, where you're putting water up through the rectum into the large intestines, and then you're flushing everything out, okay? Herbal laxatives create a purging of the material out from your colon. Then you have something called a colema, which is a combination of an enema and a colonic, because you're using an enema tube, but you're also flushing water up through here and pulling it out. And that was developed by Bernard Jensen. I've done it 3 or 4 times a very long time ago. The problem with that is that it's very, very temporary. I actually experienced a lot of good benefits, but the other problem is it flushes out your electrolytes, okay? And if you're already deficient, you can feel very dizzy. It can affect your heart, And even a colonic can also flush electrolytes, so you better make sure you put those back in so you're not deficient. Not to mention, you're also flushing out your friendly bacteria. You have to put that back in there as well. Because some people that get this done end up with constipation because they just basically wiped out their good bacteria and they haven't put it back in. One of the problems with the colema is that one of the things that you're doing, in addition to eating no food, is you are drinking apple juice, and it's going to keep that blood sugar up. You're going to feel miserable because you actually never get into a state of ketosis because you're drinking in this apple juice, causing your body to be dependent on glucose and not your own fat. So you have this constant crash in blood sugars. All I thought about and dreamt about on this program was, at the end of it, I was going to really consume a large amount of pizza and salty foods because I was so deficient. They didn't really put back those electrolytes, and the apple juice was not a good idea. So my opinion is this: why would you want to do this in the first place? What problem are you trying to solve? Do you have too many toxins in your colon? Do you have IBS? Do you have polyps? Maybe you have constipation. Maybe you have malabsorption problems, even in the small intestine. Maybe you have some type of itis, ileitis, diverticulitis, colitis in the small intestine or the large. There's many different reasons for doing this, but the first thing that I would recommend is you must fix your diet.
Okay. Okay, let's not do that. I'm trying to get out of this. Okay. Okay, now, well, that is opinion of one doctor, and I did want to share an article I did find online about uh, it was a study done through the published it was through the PubMed research, and it was about the clinical effects of colonic cleansing for general health promotion, a systematic review. Well, basically, the conversely, there are multiple case reports and case series that describes the adverse effects of colonic cleansing. The practice of colonic cleansing to improve or promote health is not supported in the published literature and cannot be recommended at this time. This came from the American Journal of Gastroenterology. Well, let me stop sharing this and get this out my face. So, that being said, I myself have done an herbal colon cleansing in the past, and it I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. But unfortunately, what Dr. Bird did say about diet is important, because I did that colon cleanse about 5 years ago, but at that time I had not changed my diet. So it really did not have lasting effects in my life. I took some herbal capsules and drank, I think it was a series of 4 glasses of water right after I took them, and pretty much it took a whole weekend, but I cleaned out and I felt 20 pounds lighter, and I did feel like I had energy and everything, but like I said, my diet did not change. So those same effects came back just because I didn't try to improve my diet. But I'm going to introduce my colleague and friend who comes out of Las Vegas. She's a RN, and she works in utilization management at this time. We've worn many hats as nurses over the years, and she currently is actually on a colon cleansing regimen, and I wanted to invite her on so she could talk about the effects and if she's having any side effects and how has it made any adjustments in her life. So I would like to introduce you to Ms. Cheryl Kitty Boyd. How are you today?
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. I am good. I'm so glad you had the time. You're such a busy lady.
Yes, I
Um,
am.
yes. I I was so appreciative to see what you were doing on Facebook, and that's why I wanted to invite you on here because when you started doing it, first of all, I love the fact that you would say, I'm doing me. and
Exactly.
then
Exactly.
and then you got into what you were trying to do for yourself health wise and
Right.
everything. And then I took notice when you were talking about the cleansing. And I had myself had an experience with that. So I started to listen. I said, oh, that's different than what I did. So
Mhm.
why tell my audience what's your regimen and how has it changed anything in
Well, it has changed. It has changed a lot. This is the end of the second week actually.
oh,
You can choose between a 14-day and a 28-day colon cleanse. My
mm-hmm,
thing was I was going to do the 28-day, and then I thought about it. That's a bit over the top for me, you
mm-hmm.
know. So I'm at the end of my 14 day, and
Okay.
what it is, it's a holistic re-engineering, and it's a tea, and you drink 64 ounces within a 24-hour period.
Mm-hmm.
Types of tea, and 32 ounces each. And that's what I was doing. And you're only supposed to have fruits and vegetables. And I'm going to tell you that first day, it was okay, but baby, the second, third, and fourth day, I couldn't plan on going anywhere. I'm so glad I work from home. I didn't know what to do. It was horrible. The effects were good, but I was just in, just constantly. But I began to feel better the beginning of the second week. That first week, that was a trial for me. I noticed that the bloatedness was going away,
Okay.
and but my skin was getting dry. And
Mm,
me being a nurse, I should have thought of it. Well, everything I'm putting in is coming out, right?
right.
So I had to incorporate additional fluids, just water. So I started drinking the water, so that helped my skin. um I was tired around the third, fourth day, and I
Mm-hmm.
just, I just bombed out, just took naps and stuff. And then, but this second week, I have the energy. I feel better. I'm sleeping better. I mean, I really, really feel good. So I don't think I need the other 14 days. And
Okay.
my goal was to change my diet. And
Mm-hmm.
I felt that that was the best way to do it. This is get all this garbage out of me, and we're going to start over. We're going to reboot, I guess you could say. So I'm just trying to reboot my body, and I feel really good about it. I really, really do. Yeah.
So, what do you think about, it being a growing trend, or is it something that you would recommend for someone to do? I mean, I wouldn't recommend it regularly. I would think like you said, a reboot,
Yeah.
like cleanse out, and then but with that has to have the discipline about diet because just as my situation, I cleaned out and then went right back to the same old junk. And
Because you really didn't know.
I
You didn't
didn't
know.
I
But
didn't
now,
know at that time. No.
yeah, but now we know, so we can do better. Listen, the people at this house is not help. They're not helping me at all. Someone fixed smothered pork chops, and what else did they have? Some au gratin potatoes, and it
Oh,
was really, really smelling good. But I tell you, I really don't have a desire for that. They had the mixed vegetables. I ate the mixed vegetables. I was satisfied. You
okay.
know, it's like I would rather do it like this. Have you ever known someone? that's an avid smoker, just smoke, 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 chain smoke, right? Then they
Hmm.
go to the doctor, they get diagnosed with lung cancer. All of a sudden, they quit smoking cold turkey. Well, it's too late now, So we
Right.
need to start,
Right.
we need to start taking care of ourselves.
I hear you. And that's one reason why I put this channel together. So, we as Black women can educate others
Yeah,
to, as healthcare professionals in our community, we care about our people. And the fact is that the number one killer of us is our diet. I mean,
yes,
literally, it's
yes,
our diet. And
exactly.
unmistakenly, a lot of people don't look at this. And then the aspect is that wherever we were taken and made to adapt to the foods of that nation that owned us, that
Exactly.
enslaved us.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that. I mean, here in America, I only can talk to you about the stats here in America, but I can assume they're the same all over the world where there's descendants of slaves. Why?
Exactly.
Because we're not eating our original diet. And from the research, I mean, it's really hard to pinpoint what exactly did we eat, but it
Mhm.
was more vegetarian, and we did eat a lot of fish.
Yes,
so,
yes, yes, yes.
so those things, no, we didn't eat oysters and clams and all those things. Those are things that were adopted to us when we were brought into European nations and
Right. We
everything.
had
So,
no other we had no other choice.
right.
We were
And
gonna eat
yeah,
until we
it
were
was a
gone.
survival.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we have the choice, Cheryl, we have to make better choices. And I'm glad that you're on the same type of campaign I am,
Mm-hmm.
about getting your health together. And I mean, we're veteran nurses, 30 years in,
I know,
and
right?
we've had to teach many how to do things. So it's, I had to poke myself in the head like, duh, I've been preaching all this time, but wasn't preaching to myself.
But
But
listen, this is the best time to do it because
right,
the cost of food is just out of this world.
right. And
So
I
this is the
love my
best time to do
vegetable garden. I picked some greens today.
it. Well, see,
I've been
I
canning
need to be
greens
there
all
with you.
week. Yeah.
I need to be there with you.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, and I just got some, and my chickens are coming. I
Oh,
finally ordered
good,
those chickens. Oh my goodness.
good, good.
I'm finally gonna get the chickens.
So you're gonna have the fresh eggs
But I
without all of the other stuff with it. So that's gonna be good.
now
I'm
one
excited for you.
one
So,
yeah, well thank you.
mhm.
One thing Dr. Berg mentioned, I didn't play his whole video, but he did say, like I said, he's a doctor that has done colon cleanses. And
Mhm.
he doesn't recommend, he said, like I said, it's temporary fixes for the problem. So he did it more than once because he felt he had to clean out again,
Mhm. Mhm.
but he made the adjustments in his diet. So he the diet itself will take care of the digestive system. And
Yes.
he said he doesn't just disallow colon cleanser because he said some people need it for medical reasons, you know,
Mhm.
um, because colonoscopies and so on and so forth. They use those same methods that you would
Mhm.
use and
Mhm.
there's always the risk of perforation. I believe the diet changes everything. So,
Yeah.
but I do recommend cleaning out the toxins. I clean out the toxins by fasting,
Mhm.
if that's what I'm going to do. I do it by drinking water and fasting.
Mhm.
I just don't and just the yeah, because everything else seems to be working okay now.
Okay.
since
Okay. Good
I've
plumbing is working.
since I've
Okay.
increased all. like I said, I eat so many greens because I grow. I did not expect how many greens that keep coming in, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So I gave some to my niece. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, come. I'm calling everybody that got children to give me because I can only can so much, and then
Exactly.
eat it myself because I'm here alone, just me and Nina. So yeah, since I have a big green diet, I have a lot of leafy greens in my diet now. So I can tell you, I go daily and I'm happy about it.
Right. Well,
It
that's good.
wasn't always that way with me. And I know now that the more I consume vegetables, it's really helping my digestive system. And a lot of those things are in the colon cleansing things. What are the ingredients in your colon cleanse?
Well, I know for one, the parasite Candida cleanse,
Uh-huh.
that it kills the intestinal parasites and yeast.
Okay.
And so it helps restore the healthy gut bacteria,
Mm-hmm.
and it cleanses the liver and kidney and detoxifies the blood and removes the mucus. And I
Mm-hmm.
know um, I could see the mucus being removed in my stools and also me coughing up stuff.
Mm.
So I know that that was working. But I know it has the one that I'm talking about. It has the black walnut hull, the burdock, the clove, oregano, and wormwood, and a couple other things that I can't pronounce.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm not gonna even try. I'm not gonna mess myself up like that. And then the tummy detox. This is helping with the bloating, the gas, the constipation, and it removes the accumulated bowel waste. So all
Okay.
of that sludge that you have lining your colon, it's getting all of that out the way also. And it's good for your hair, nails, and your skin. So now that
Mm-hmm.
has the cascara, we know what that's for, and the
Mm-hmm.
senna. So
Right.
that's what got you going right there. And it has slippery elm also. It has
Okay.
sage, rhubarb, and dandelion. And so I'm doing that. And so um, that is one of the that is two of the things. I show you the package right here.
Okay.
That's one of them, and this
Okay.
is the other package. Okay,
Uh-huh.
and it's supposed to lower your glucose level. So if you are already hypoglycemic, I wouldn't recommend doing it unless you're being advised and followed by a physician.
Mm.
You should see your physician first. Even if you have diabetes, period, whether it's hypo or hyper, you need to, be followed by a physician before you do it. That
Always
would be the
consult
best
your
thing.
doctors. Hmm.
Um,
Even with any herbal teas and everything that there are teas like ginseng, American ginseng. I did a video on that. Um, you have to be careful of the dosage because you'll go into a hypoglycemic episode, So
right,
I
right,
said if you're on medication, you always want to tell your doctor that when you start in any kind of natural regimen. And if one thing they said about colon cleansing, even the naturals, because of the electrolyte imbalance, I want
mm-hmm,
to emphasize that if you're on medications that's already depleting certain electrolytes, like water
mm-hmm,
pills,
mm-hmm.
um, like you're taking water pills where you're losing potassium, and if you start losing any more, you may have palpitations, which
Right,
will cause, that's something that can cause heart problems. So
right,
no, I mean, I guess when you decide to do it, I really recommend that you're healthy enough to take on a colon cleanse. Because
right, right,
if you're on even if you're doing the herbals, if you're on a multiple medications and stuff, your doctor may not recommend you to do it. They
right,
may
right.
say you just need to change your diet. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Well,
And
see, I was a step ahead of all of that because I don't take any medications. I don't have any diagnoses of any kind.
Right. So yeah. So you and I know you go to the doctor. So,
Yeah.
but that's the thing. You're a healthy lady. So
Mhm.
you're not on things that, and I wouldn't try it now. I wouldn't
Uh-huh.
try it now because of all the things I have went through health wise in the last
Right, right.
year. So I am my main way to clean out is through diet. I've been doing it through diet and water and
Mhm.
trying not to, I miss the drinks that I don't drink anymore. Like you see what I'm saying, the sweets and stuff.
Mhm.
But I'm trying to resist those things because I know how serious diabetes can be, and I'm not trying to go down that road. And
Mm,
I want many of my people to feel that way. We
exactly.
don't have to eat the way we were taught to eat.
Yeah.
Now we have choices, and even if you have to grow it yourself, I'm in a, like I said, I have said on the videos before, I live in an area that there's not a grocery store in the neighborhood. And if you don't have a car, it's not that easy because there's no bus lines either.
Oh,
So, yeah, I live in one of them type of areas. Yeah,
okay.
I think there's one bus that runs like maybe every 2 to 3 hours. Oh, this light don't, I gotta get a better stand for this thing. It doesn't want to stay still. Sorry. but um but those are the things, the food scarcity is real,
Mhm.
and I grow because I grow my own food because I don't like the grocery store. Like you asked me the other day, how often do I go to the grocery store? And I said maybe twice a month. I said maybe if, and it's usually because like I said, it's me. I can get a 5 pound bag or something, and it's here forever for me because I
Yeah.
don't. It's just me. So
Right, right, right.
so that's the thing. Yeah, I really implore our people to change their diet, and I thank you for coming on and sharing that with me. And I'm glad you're having good effects from it and everything. Have you lost any weight?
Yeah, I lost a total of 8 pounds.
Oh, that's
Hmm.
good. That is absolutely good.
I just needed a little jump start. That's all.
Right.
Hmm. Just a little
I
jump
hear you.
start.
I
You
hear
know,
you. Well,
it's
thank
all
you.
about doing me.
Yeah,
Right.
you know what? I love that when you said that on Facebook.
Girl,
Yeah,
what I
I'm
said,
just
can't
doing me.
nobody do better than you.
Right,
So,
exactly.
hmm
Well, how's the weather out in Las Vegas? How hot is
girl, girl, it is hot. It is very, very hot. Like you're growing stuff. My backyard is sand and rocks. I can't grow anything. Weeds don't even grow in my backyard.
really is that
Really?
hot? Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Well, you try to stay cool, and thank you for joining me. And if you ever want to come back on again and talk about any topic you want to talk about, just
Hey.
hit me up, okay?
Okay, I will. Thank you.
All right, thank
Enjoy your
you.
evening.
Uh-huh. Well, thank you for joining me today for Black and Healthy, Restoring Black America. Um, just as a reminder, anytime you start any kind of herbal regimen or natural uh, thing that you want to do to improve your health, always consult with your doctor, especially if you're on medications, because I mean, all medicines come from the ground and plants, and literally there's plants out there that will counteract medications, so you want to be careful anytime you start any type of regimen. And so I thank you for joining us today. If you have any comments or questions, please leave it in the comment section below the video, and I will also post the links to the resources that I shared with you guys in the video. So until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Shalom.